Hello students, welcome to my class Chemistry Gurukul. In today's video, we will do topic that is metals and non-metals of class 10, and under this topic we will discuss about how metal reacts with water and what type of products they form. Okay, so let's start with our discussion. See children, here I have written chemical properties of metals. Under this topic one video has been already prepared and hope all of you have seen it. So this is the second video of chemical properties of metals. So now the topic is reaction of metals with water. Children, what happens when metal reacts with water? In case of oxygen, we had seen that oxygen generally combines with water to form metal oxides. Okay, so what happens further? These metal oxides, they have tendency to react with water further to form metal hydroxides. Metal hydroxides are generally formed, so keep it in your mind, whenever metal reacts with water they have tendency to form metal hydroxides. Okay, here I have shown you with this arrow that how reactivity of metals decreases with water. Means from sodium to copper, you could see here a series that sodium is highly reactive, magnesium is little bit less reactive as compared to sodium, and aluminum is less reactive as compared to magnesium, further zinc, iron and copper. So in this way the reactivity decreases in water in case of these metals. I have written here some reactions also so that you can understand what type of product they form. As I have told you earlier that whenever metal reacts with water they have tendency to form metal hydroxide. In this case also you will see that hydroxides are formed, but as we move further we could see that the tendency to form hydroxide decreases. Okay, so we will discuss one by one. Focus here on first point. In the first reaction we could see that sodium reacts with water, and see children, in exam point of view you have to always mention what type of water is reacting with sodium. See, cold water I have written here, you will also write cold water. Means since sodium is highly reactive, so it can even react with cold water to form sodium hydroxide, and further hydrogen gas is liberated. Similarly, potassium has also tendency to react with cold water, and potassium hydroxide is formed along with hydrogen gas is liberated. Now the key point here is that whenever you are writing the reaction you have to mention the state of the water. Here I have written L. L indicates liquid state, means cold water is there. Okay, so that's why I have written here in a bracket, this reaction is so violent and exothermic that the hydrogen gas evolved catches fire. See children, sometimes they may ask you why sodium is kept in inside the kerosene box or kerosene bottle. Because sodium is highly reactive metal and it has tendency to react with oxygen as well as water also to form their hydroxides, and further it may catches fire also because due to liberation of hydrogen gas there. Okay, now moving on to the third reaction. Here we could see that calcium has tendency to react with water and it forms calcium hydroxide, along with hydrogen is liberated. Now point to be noted here that I have not mentioned cold water here, means it will not react with cold water. Little bit temperature rise should be there so that it can react with water to form calcium hydroxide. In case of magnesium, the condition of water is to be boiling condition, then only it will react with it to form magnesium hydroxide further, and hydrogen gases are liberated in both the cases. In these two cases children, both starts floating in water due to the bubbles of hydrogen gas sticking to its surface. You can easily see whenever calcium reacts with water, it forms calcium hydroxide, and calcium hydroxide, you could see that calcium is floating over the water, means hydrogen gas is attached to it and it starts floating over it. You could see on the water surface. Now moving on to the next reaction, that is zinc. Zinc metal is having tendency to react with steam, means it does not react with cold water or even the boiling water, but it will react with steam. That's why children, now point to be noted here is that you have to mention the state of water in case of gaseous. That's why I have written G, small g here, and further you will write the compound formation as ZNO and H2 gas is liberated. Always remember, whenever a metal reacts with steam, they have tendency to form oxides. See, in each case I have written the oxides only, not hydroxides. I hope you have understood this. Next, aluminium is also less reactive as compared to calcium, magnesium, potassium. So it has also tendency to react with steam and it will form aluminium oxide along with hydrogen gas is liberated. Next is iron. Iron has also less tendency to react with cold water, even the water at room temperature, not even with the boiling water. It will only react to form compound with steam in special conditions only. Okay children, so in this case we will see that iron oxide has been formed along with hydrogen gas is liberated. I will explain you how it has been formed and why it is forming this such type of oxide here with the help of one experiment. I have drawn this figure here so that you can understand it better. The last point which I have mentioned is metals like copper, silver and gold do not react with water even under strong conditions because they are nearly noble metals, and that's why they have no tendency to react with oxygen as well as with water also. Now try to focus on this figure. This figure is experiment to demonstrate the reaction of iron with steam, okay, to form magnetite. What type of oxide it will form? It is named as magnetite. I will also explain you how it has been formed. See children, in this figure you could see here a burner is there along with a stand. Here also a clamp is there and this is a stand. There is a boiling tube inverted and it is being fitted with a cork so that the inside reaction is not interacting with the outer atmosphere. So what is kept inside it? One iron metal is there and along with that wet glass wool is kept. Now children, what is this wet glass wool? You might have seen glasses. During preparation of glasses, there is formation of thin fibers of glasses and that is glass wool. Glass wool, when it is wetted and it is kept inside the inverted tube or boiling tube, what will happen? It will not melt because it is stronger and it does not start melting. With the help of heat, it gets heated up and the water component which is attached to it, it will get start evaporating in the form of steam. So the steam which has been formed here, it will react with the iron piece which is kept in between its passage, and due to that this steam will react to form this such type of oxide, that is iron oxide. Now here in this case the iron oxide is having two compounds attached to it. I will explain you. This is ferrous oxide and this is ferric oxide. Both the compounds will form and they will combine to form this magnetite. So ferrous and ferric will combine. In this case the oxidation state of iron is 2. However, in this case the oxidation state of iron is 3. Okay, or you can say valency is 2 and in this case it is plus 3. So that's why they will form two compounds, and when you will combine it, ultimately you will get Fe3O4. So this is how in this case here, when steam reacts with this iron piece, there will be formation of Fe3O4 oxide, and along with that hydrogen gas will be liberated. Now this hydrogen gas which is liberated, it will be collected through this delivery tube inside the tumbler containing water, and in this tumbler you could see here a gas jar is kept so that bubbles are formed here, and these bubbles are collected here in the tube. When this tube is taken out, okay, and when you will bring a matchstick here, burning matchstick, what will happen? It will produce popping sound. So this popping sound indicates the presence of hydrogen gas in the tube. Okay, so this is the whole experiment through which you can understand how this oxide has been formed. I hope children you have understood it very well and you will do the practicing of writing the reactions. Thanks for watching. Keep watching.